Today marked Qian Xia's 20th day since transmigrating to the beast world. She was currently by a small stream, preparing to catch fish. The fish in the beast world were all large and plump. One fish was enough for her to eat for an entire day. Gazing at her reflection in the water, Qian Xia sighed. She had been trying hard to eat these past few days, but she was still very thin, as if she hadn't gained any weight. Her stomach rumbled, she didn't know why, but since yesterday, she had been getting hungry exceptionally fast, forcing her to come out early to catch fish. Qian Xia took out a small piece of beast meat and placed it into the woven vine basket she had already set in the water. This piece of beast meat was distributed by the tribe. She only received a small portion, definitely not enough to eat, so she hardened her heart and used it as bait. Soon, 1 or 2 fish, drawn by the smell of raw meat, swam over. They didn't immediately enter the vine basket but circled the entrance for a while, only swimming in once they were sure there was no danger. Qian Xia's eyes lit up. 2 fish today. After seeing the 2 fish completely swim inside, Qian Xia quickly pulled the vine attached to the basket, and the vine basket instantly stood upright. The 2 fish inside, realizing the danger, immediately began to struggle, and Qian Xia, seeing this, immediately ran forward and firmly pressed down on the vine basket. After a long while, it finally quieted down. The fish probably ran out of strength. It was a good thing it ran out of strength, because Qian Xia was also exhausted. Qian Xia closed the lid of the vine basket, then pulled some tough grass and securely tied the vine basket and lid together. After ensuring the fish wouldn't escape, she lay down on the nearby grass, feeling somewhat exhausted. Woo 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 woo. Qian Xia couldn't help but whimper. She had been hit by a car and died in the prime of her life, only to open her eyes and find herself transmigrated to the beast world. This body wasn't hers, but coincidentally, this face, looking at the facial features and contours, seemed to be exactly like hers. It was just too thin, so thin that her cheeks were sunken. When she first transmigrated, she was in a giant cave. Later, someone came, no. It should be said, a beastman. He threw a large, bloody piece of beast meat at her, an action that genuinely terrified her. The beastman, seeing her fear, frowned. Then, as if he had thought of something, he slightly raised his hand, and the piece of beast meat in front of her was enveloped in fire. Qian Xia was stunned. This was probably the ability mentioned in the Beast World novel she had read. It must be. When the fire extinguished, the meat emitted waves of delicious aroma. Qian Xia was incredibly hungry at this point. She stepped forward to pick up the beast meat, but forgot that it had just been cooked, and immediately burned herself, causing blisters. Qian Xia screamed, tears instantly streaming down her face, and thinking of her predicament, she cried even harder. Suddenly, her injured hand was covered by a circle of frost, and the burned area immediately felt less painful. Tears streaming down her face, she looked at the tall beastman in front of her. He moved his hand again, pointing at the beast meat, and coldly said, "Ugly and stupid, it can be eaten now." After speaking, he turned and left the cave. After the beastman left, Qian Xia immediately began to eat the beast meat, but she spat out the very first bite. The meat was cooked but extremely fishy and had no flavor. In the end, she still ate until she was full, through tears. This piece of beast meat was especially large. After she ate her fill, a large portion was still left. Qian Xia pulled out some straw from the large straw nest in the cave, wove a straw mat, and then placed the meat on it. Just as she finished placing the meat, she suddenly experienced a sharp headache and fainted. She just hadn't expected that when she woke up again, she would be in a scorching embrace, followed by intense pain from below. She suddenly realized what she was going through. She cried loudly and struggled, but it was all in vain, and then, a very long time passed. Recalling this, Qian Xia still couldn't help but tremble. At first, it was truly painful. She was still a virgin in the 21st century, but upon arriving here, she lost her innocence on the very first day. Although, this innocence didn't seem to be so important in the beast world. When she woke up, her mind had gained some memories. Presumably, these were the memories of this body. Through them, she gained some understanding of the beast world. This body's name was also Qian Xia, and she currently lived in the Lion King tribe. Why say currently lived? Because she had come here as a refugee, she was not a female of the Lion King tribe. She and her family were separated by wild beasts, and then she was found and brought back by beastmen from the Lion King tribe who were out hunting. The beast world did not like thin and weak females. Overly thin females were considered to have no reproductive ability. The males in the beast world all preferred plumper females. That was a symbol of health and strong reproductive capability. This body had just come of age and had also undergone the coming-of-age ceremony in the Lion King tribe. The so-called coming-of-age ceremony was essentially choosing a husband. The choice of the first husband was very important. He had to be strong, otherwise, he wouldn't be able to suppress the other husbands later on. Unfortunately, this body was too thin and weak. No male proposed to her. If she didn't have a lion partner, she couldn't be considered a female of the Lion King tribe, and thus wouldn't be well taken care of by the tribe. Here, for a female to join a tribe, she had to find a partner from that tribe. This body did want to find one, but no beast found her appealing. The tribe would only give her a little meat each day to ensure she wouldn't starve. If she wanted more food, she had to go out foraging with the other females of the tribe. Unfortunately, her body was too weak. She went out with the foraging team once to fill her stomach. Due to not eating enough and the lingering illness from fleeing, she died outside. Tragically, one beast was missing from the team, but no one noticed, and the beastman who delivered meat didn't even notice she wasn't home. This poor beast died outside just like that, and then Qian Xia transmigrated into her body. And then she was picked up by that beastman. Later, Qian Xia secretly ran away when the beastman wasn't around. Following the route from her memories, she took a hidden shortcut home. This shortcut must have been discovered by the original owner by chance. Upon first arriving home, Qian Xia was stunned. There was no home, it was just a dilapidated cave, with only a straw nest inside and nothing else. Qian Xia's tears flowed uncontrollably. She cried for this body was too tragic. Because she was too thin and weak to find a husband, she couldn't join the tribe and receive good care. How could she gain weight without food? She tried very hard to survive, otherwise, she wouldn't have dragged her weak body to go foraging with the tribe. Unfortunately, fate played a cruel trick, and she couldn't hold on. Thinking of this, Qian Xia placed her hand over her heart and softly said, "Don't worry, I will live well, for both of us."